It's so weird to me that people are going out of their way to actively hate on Starfield simply because it's not on PlayStation. And this isn't something that's new. This is actually pretty par for the course. Even going back to stuff like Rise of the Tomb Raider, the amount of outrage and kind of, or faux outrage over that was incredible. And people were really just going all out, hating on that. And then a little bit later, within the same time frame, everybody was like, and here's the funny part. So people go, oh, well, this is nonsense. And when people brought up that Sony does it, they go, well, they don't do it the games that have come to Xbox a lot and are really known to be on Xbox, etc., etc. And then within a shockingly short amount of time, Street Fighter was announced as a PlayStation exclusive, and everybody kind of shut up about it. So that to me is always kind of funny when you see this stuff. But Starfield is getting review bombed by PlayStation fans right now. My advice to PlayStation fans, buy a freaking Xbox or a PC or play it on cloud. There's numerous ways to kind of understand that you can play this game without having to buy an Xbox, but y'all don't want to hear it. Y'all don't want to listen. It's not on PlayStation, so let's cry and whine about it, right? So the critic reviews come out, and then the players get their hands on it to see what the hype is about, and at that point, it really doesn't matter anymore. Sites like Metacritic are sure to see a wave of people coming to leave negative reviews of the game, whether they played it or not, and Starfield is no exception, as it's currently being review bombed just a day after its full release. As of this, Starfield sits with a 5.9 Xbox Series X rating. User score on Metacritic at one point, however, those numbers were in the low 4s when sitting down at the start of this article. So it's very interesting to see it. It's actually rose into the 6s now. But again, to see some of these things, right? And I find it to be super interesting because, like, there's people in here giving this game a 0, and obviously they haven't played it. They're like, I'm going to switch to PlayStation. I'm tired of all the lies. A 0, right? Like, okay, do you guys even know what a 0 game would be? You wouldn't even be able to start it up, in my opinion, right? Like, how a 0 to 10 scale, 9, 10, phenomenal, great, 8, really good, 7, average, 6, below average, anything 5 and below that, basically unplayable in my opinion. So the fact that people are giving this a 0 really kind of goes to show how ignorant and how jealous a lot of these people are. You have some reviewers that read 2 worst graphics that I've ever seen with a 0 out of 10. Another 0 score doesn't even hide its intention. This is for review bombing to Horizon video games itself. Also, y'all would have made a lot more money if y'all released on PlayStation. So, clearly salty PlayStation fanboys. In an effort to combat, which, by the way, I want to point out that I don't think that Xbox fans were completely free of review bombing Horizon, but I think that it was like the anti-woke crew that really did that. It didn't necessarily have to be Xbox people that did it, by the way. So, in an effort to combat the negative review bombing, other users are leaving 10 out of 10 ratings without any sort of relevant comment. PlayStation fanboys botting the reviews to lower the score. Again, so, we're seeing this kind of crazy stuff going back and forth. Obviously, not going to sit there and say that user reviews shouldn't be allowed. In fact, a lot of people do count on user reviews, but it seems like with console wars, it's these crazy things that sort of go into it, and people kind of look at them and realistically just use them to fan the flames. The Starfield community is also urging players to rate the game on Xbox app after PlayStation fans review bomb it. So Starfield is reportedly being also review bombed by PlayStation owners on the Microsoft Store, and the community is now urging Xbox players to give the game proper ratings on the Xbox app. This was not the first time a controversy surrounding Bethesda's latest RPG was afoot, as ever since before and even after its release, social media continued to face one of the most ridiculous console wars yet. Getting review bombed by PlayStation owners was something that was rumored before the title's release. There was speculation going on that PlayStation fans were apparently forming a secret community tasked to review bomb Bethesda's RPG as soon as it dropped. Apparently, there now seems to be more merit to the rumors, as Starfield is now actually being review bombed on the Microsoft Store, and it sits at a 2.8 rating. A user on X, formerly Twitter, raised the question while stating PlayStation fanboys are currently review bombing it. in light of the, of this downrated on the Microsoft Store, the community is now urging those that are actually enjoying the game to give Xbox favorable ratings on the game. Even without taking the console wars under consideration, the RPG has divided the gaming community on how they feel about the game. While there are many who absolutely love what Bethesda had to do, there are some that, were a little bit, I think, colder on the whole thing. And a lot of that, I think, is based on the fact that it didn't come to PlayStation. While the game itself might, is one of the most talked about games ever in that I can even remember, right? Like, and the thing is, you could just see that there's amount of vitriol to the fans and things like that. People like here's the thing, and I've mentioned this numerous times. Xbox fans, I think, are one way. We're used to kind of getting the short end of the stick in a lot of ways from the media, from whatever. And I liked Halo Infinite to be sure, right? But at the same time, in what world is Halo Infinite better or more complete than Starfield? So that should really kind of go a long way into showing you just how kind of lopsided these review scores actually are, and how kind of nonsense it is as well. So, I really think that it's unfortunate that this kind of stuff happens, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. And I realize, right, because I know what people are going to say. Well, this happens all the time, too. I mean, look at The Last of Us 2. It got, again, I think that was a little bit different crowd than PlayStation fans. We're kind of at this weird world where I definitely think that the PlayStation fans are the ones that are doing the majority of this stuff. And it's, super unfortunate, that this is kind of the thing that's happening. But I do hope that they get things kind of straightened out, because I would love to see, legit reviews and things like that. And to me, it doesn't look like we're ever going to get legit reviews, especially when it comes to Xbox. Like, I honestly do not understand why anybody would have something negative or this negative to say about, what's going on with the game and things like that. So it's a great game. I honestly, for the life of me, cannot understand why anyone would do that other than out of pure spite and jealousy. But maybe you feel differently. Maybe you think it's legit deserving a 0. I don't know. I would love to hear the thought process behind that. Maybe one of you guys can let me know, because I would definitely appreciate it. With that being said, I am Crap Gamer. This has been Crap Gamer Reviews. Much appreciated that all of you guys check out my videos. If you enjoy it, please leave a like, and maybe possibly even subscribe would be much appreciated. You guys are amazing. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.